Hey guys, what's up? This is Dave from ConmenRDW here, and I am here with Nick and Rob. Say hi, guys.
Hey,
How you doing?
And we're talking about Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and we have a lot to talk about. So let's get started. All right, are you playing Zelda like right now?
I had to do something in the
I
background.
can hear the noises. Okay.
It's like,
All right. So where are we gonna start at? Where are we gonna start at?
let's start at the beginning.
All right.
Let's talk about dying first. That's what we really need to talk about. Let's talk about dying. Let's talk about my weapon breaking every 3 hits.
What
What
Let's
type
talk
of
about
weapons are you
that.
using?
That's true. Wooden weapons. 'Cause that's all I
Shit.
can get.
I had a rusty iron sword that worked so garbagely.
Oh yeah, if you just
I had an
most of the weapons
sword.
that you pick up, they do break sooner than others. But like I've been finding some pretty good weapons like in the more intense parts of the world. So I haven't really been having weapon break issues, but that is a thing that I wish there was a blacksmith somewhere in this world if there is one, because I would love to like be able to make more stronger weapons instead of finding them.
But you see, that's bullshit, because the first item you pick up in this game when you kill the little goblin people, the
the
goblin
bokoblins,
people, yeah,
The club?
that word. Nah, you get this if you open up the crate. You get this thing, and it blatantly says you can use it to craft weapons and stuff. And where's that at, though?
I have not
Wait,
found that.
that was
thing.
a thing? I did not grab
Yeah.
There's a thing that
Bro,
says
it's
you can
like
craft
9
weapons with it.
There's 9 items in this game that say when you can craft it to make stronger shit, and it's like, where do you do that at? I said the same thing about cooking at first, because I was walking around for days before I could figure out how to cook.
Oh, you just
I still haven't cooked anything.
never
I've just
cooked
been eating
anything?
raw meat and shit.
What the
No.
fuck? How have you not cooked anything? There's
There's not an achievement for it. I don't need to
But
do
it's
it.
like it gives you more hearts. Like there's no reason to. You can just find a fire somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm in a rush, and I'm just like, raw meat, I
I
gotta
guess
eat it.
since you don't get sick from eating raw meat, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like a downfall to it. It's not like Minecraft where you'd get poisoned
I
or
guess.
something. So it's like, I guess I'll just eat it because I have such a wide amount of food, and your inventory is like only so big. So it's like I gotta
I
get
just
rid of
like
something.
toss.
some-
If anything, I just set it on fire with like an arrow or my flame sword, and I just cook it.
Yeah, that's another thing about the game is fire. I'll have like a good weapon finally, and then it'll catch on fire.
Catch it on fire.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then it's gone.
All right. How about this? Let's start from the beginning, like when we all first started the game, like in the like first couple hours. So, what did you do as soon as you left out of the Cave of Awakening? Like, did you talk to the old man or no?
I fell off.
You walked off the cliff.
I walked right off the damn cliff. And
When I did it, I thought that old man was like the most shady character in the world, so I tried beating his ass. So I ran up to him and said, "Talk." And I looked at him like, "Bro, why would you talk to somebody this suspicious? This man has on that hood. That hood by itself would say, in the real life term, why am I talking to this shady figure? Why am I talking to this guy?"
he does kind of look like a drug dealer. I got it.
Yeah, it's like, why are you talking to this man? He's like the type of person that sells meth in the backyard. But,
if anything, I've seen gameplay already where people were like, "Oh yeah, just talk to the old man." So I just talked to him, and he's like the first person that gives you a quest, some type of story-based quest. So I just like talked to him and started off that. But then I started wandering a little bit after that until I was like, I need some direction. So then I talked to him again, and then that's when he was like, that's when he directed me to the first shrine, and then I got the slate, and then I got my first tower, and then he said I could get that sailcloth thing if I did all those shrines. So
the paraglider.
Yeah.
That old man was.
I don't know how people. I don't know if you just don't do those, you'll get the paraglider anyway. But I don't know how people are playing the game and like speed running to the Hyrule Castle and not having the paraglider. I mean, you can of course you can climb down, but your stamina's so bad in the beginning.
It's so bad at the beginning that it feels like that's
I
impossible.
feel like
It
maybe
really
if you like
does.
you go around and find some like stamina shrooms or something, you could probably cheese it and climb down.
Well, there's probably another way you could like shield surf down the side or
Maybe.
something somewhere, probably.
But it's like, yeah, I like to see somebody climb down without using the cloth or the paraglider, because I don't know how someone could do that.
Yeah, well, besides falling off the cliff and dying, I basically got straight away to the quests, and I did the beginning quests super fast. I got my paraglider, and then when I was off, I kind of just went and explored.
Yeah,
like,
that's
really
basically
hard.
that's basically what happened to me too. Like, as soon as I was off of the Great Plateau, which actually was a really good base tutorial area, but it was also like really, it was really big actually.
It was big for a tutorial. Like, it was like, you got to go to these 4 places to get these orbs, and one of them was like across the mountain, and the game doesn't really give you too much direction apart from do
I was
this.
Wandering the Great
And then
Plateau for
I climbed the mountain, and I was like, all right, I'm trying to get there. I don't know if I'm doing this right.
Was I the only person that got thrown off by the whole zoom in on the map and spot out the shrine parts? Because I got like 9 shrines, and it was like, how the fuck do you
they
get
were
over
like shrines
there?
that weren't even on the plateau.
Bro,
Oh,
I had
yeah.
like 4 shrines I had to go across the map to go. I still haven't went to them yet. Like, still, they're just on the map, just already spotted out, and it's like, okay.
I didn't
Why did you
know
make me get up
that
there?
you were able to teleport to the tower, and I even recorded myself saying it. The guy was like, yeah, just click on the tower and you could teleport there. And then I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I climbed
And
that
you were
bitch,
like,
and it
wait,
took
oh.
I got to the top. He was like, did you forget how to fast travel? And I was like, son of a bitch.
I would have felt disrespected at that point.
I was
ready to
mad.
fight.
So after getting off the Great Plateau, I think I was sticking to story stuff, so I ended up going to Kakariko Village, and I met Impa, who was the elder lady with the cool like Mortal Kombat hat.
You mean Kakariko and Impa?
I say Kakariko and Impa, yeah,
Impa with an E.
Impa with an I.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Impa.
But
Okay.
yeah, I talked to her, and then that's when I got the memories mission, and I didn't do any of the memory stuff until I realized that I recognized one of the spots by like how easy it was to find. So I did one of those, and then I went back to her, and then I got the champion's clothing, which I didn't know that's how people were getting it. I thought you had to find it or something.
Oh, I didn't see. I
You haven't done
any
any of the memory things?
yet. No, because I was like, where the fuck is this shit? So I've been trying to complete my compendium by taking pictures
Oh, you
of
just
stuff.
been filling in the decks.
Yeah, I've been running away from monsters, screaming, trying to take their picture. Ah! Snap!
I like that. I like that feature. The whole Pokedex, basically, the monster decks.
That's actually really good to know, though, because I'll probably go ahead and do some of those.
Anytime
now.
So since you've been taking pictures of things, remember that picture I sent you with that dude that was just floating in the air? Does he attack you? Because I'm really not trying to. It's like 6 colors of those things.
Whiz
Yeah.
modes or something like that.
They
They
fuck
attack
you up.
They're
bro.
not that strong. They're not that
fuck
strong.
You up. I was trying to climb the tower, and the dude froze me, and I died.
I remember when I first saw
I saw
one.
another one today, and I'm like, this dude can't be this flamboyant and be this strong, because that
I
would
remember
make
when
sense.
I first saw one. It was a fire one in the desert, and I climbed a mountain, and then when I got to the top, I just saw one of them just skipping around doing their air shadow walk thing, and I was like, "What the fuck
Jesus.
is that thing? Oh my god!"
There's a desert in the game?
Yes, there is a desert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and apparently the boss is a
Yeah,
camel.
it's a lightning camel.
Oh, okay.
So that was probably the hardest. I think I did that area first, but it was the hardest boss that I think I'll ever fight in this whole game. And also, I was not
Wait
prepared
till you
for
get to
it.
that lizard, David. Wait till you get to
Have
that
you fought
lizard.
that one already?
Yeah.
I haven't gone near it. I tried to get near it, and then the blood moon happened, and then I got my
Blood Moon's
shit.
cool. Blood Moon doesn't do
Sounds-
anything though. It just respawns enemies, but I like the idea of it.
Shit, that blood moon fucked me over
Blood
today.
Moon hasn't
Fucked
done
me
anything
over.
to me. It just like
No, it
I'm
messed
never
me up,
around
David.
enemies when the Blood Moon happens. So
That first, I was going up, and then when you do the Zoro one, you have to climb this big, thick ass mountain, and the guy goes, he ain't nothing but a big ass fucking merman thing.
the Zora Prince guy, the red guy.
Yeah, he got some swag though. The way he be jumping in that water, he be using splash. But anywho, so he goes, well, the monsters on that cliff use electricity. I'm just gonna swim in the water, and I'm like, excuse me, excuse me. The monsters on the mountain use electricity, so you're just gonna swim in the pond. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Okay, yeah, that seems legit.
Hey, maybe
But
shockproof.
when that blood moon thing popped up, I literally just cleared the whole area.
And then it just came right back.
And after it was over, I literally turned around and I got bodied.
Does it buff enemies too, or
like-
does it just respawn them real quick?
I think
I
they're
think it just
stronger
respawns
too.
them.
I'm pretty sure
Because it
they're
lasts
stronger.
super
I'm
quick.
not.
Like if you just skip that cutscene, it just
Yeah, it's
leaves,
gone.
Yeah, but
It's like the turns red and then it's over, and then you're like, the first time it happened, I was kind of confused. I was like, oh, it's over. Oh, all right. And then the second time, it messed me
yeah,
up.
it hasn't done any. Like I haven't been caught in a situation where the blood moon like screws me over. Like I just finished fighting a really big boss, and then all of a sudden it comes back. But it's just I've just been in an open field. There's some area with nothing around, and then it happens. I'm just like, oh, okay.
So
See, lucky man.
yeah, one thing that I notice about the game is like whenever I go back to an area that maybe I've visited before, I feel like it's always a different experience. Like there's always some new shit happening. Like there'll be just enemies running throughout that'll kill me. Like I went to this one place and there was nothing there except some horses, and then I came back like a few hours later, and then there was a dude riding a horse shooting a laser gun, and he fucked my shit up, and I flew off the mountain and died. And I was like, Jesus
Damn.
Christ. Yeah, I didn't even understand.
Have you guys ran into the truffle girls? There's
No, not
two
yet.
people walking around always, and they're probably getting attacked by like monsters. Because that's something cool that happens. It's like you're just around a certain area where there's people, and then the monsters are just beating the shit out of the people, and you can just choose to help them, or they'll just keep getting their ass beat. And they'll even knock out the people. Like I was walking through the forest, and then there's these two people just around picking whatever, and then some bokoblins get the jump on them. When one of them has like a club and just bangs one on the top of the head, and then one of the girls just falls to the ground with stars around their head, and I'm just like, damn, okay.
When it happened to me, it was like I think it was the beginning of the game. After you get past like the trial area, and I think they were called moblins. These big
Oh, the ones with
ginormous
the
ass
horns?
motherfuckers. Yeah, so it was one of them on a thing, and I guess he was chasing the girl in slow motion. I guess she was just shit talking him, because I ran up to her and she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm fine." And, and I was like, "Okay," so I just walked away, and I don't know what happened to her after
Probably
that.
died.
Hey, she said she got this, so her own problem.
There was one lady I found on the bridge. She was getting killed attacked by a monster, and I killed the thing. And then she got mad at me, and she's like, "You're just gonna stand there and watch a lady get beat up?" And then she walked away. I was like, "Fuck you! I saved your
Some people have
life."
been nice. I've been getting like food and money
was
from
mean.
saving my people.
I was offended. I had to turn off the game and go to work. That's bad.
All right. So pretty much. So I like how with this game, I've been watching I haven't been watching LPs because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. But
Same.
there's some people on my YouTube that I'm subscribed to, and they're doing LPs of Breath of the Wild. But it's like clearly whatever they're doing is way off from what I'm doing. Like there's like this one person, he went to the Zora domain first, and now he's in the Goron area, and now he's doing something else. But I'm like, I was not doing any of that, and I don't know what the heck you're doing. But I went in a totally different direction. Like my first thing I did is, like I said, I ended up in the desert first somehow. I don't remember how, but I did. I think I was going to a tower, and then at the top of a tower, I just saw the desert, and I just headed that way. The one thing about the desert that I really liked was, you know how usually cold is a big thing that you have to deal with? Yeah, in the desert, it's mainly heat. Now, actually, it fluctuates, because in the desert, it's like real life, how in the desert, it gets super cold at night, but then it's super freaking hot in the daytime. So I had to deal with, like, negative, like, 10 degrees at night, and, like, 111 during the day. So that was pretty interesting. But the divine beast in that area is that camel I was talking about. And that, like, if you get close to it, like, a sandstorm starts, and then lightning, it shoots lightning at you, so you can't even get close to it. So then,
Oh Jesus.
yeah. So then, you have to like walk around other areas, and people, like the people nearby are telling you how it's like terrorizing the area, and you have to talk to certain people to end up going against it and fighting it later on.
That is crazy.
So-
That's really interesting, actually.
Totally random. You remember we were talking about those guys, that little floaty people? So where I'm at, there's a little place where you can cook at. So I tried to throw the flint on the ground, set the shit on fire. This dude, I swear to God, popped out the rock and started shooting thunder at me. Like, he came from the rock. Like, it didn't make sense.
He was like, surprise, bitch.
And then I started hitting him, so I was like, I ain't no bitch, bruh. You ain't just gonna put your hands on me like that. So this man goes invisible, flies into the part where, you know, like random parts of the air where you can't go. He I guess he's part Zapdos, and he dropped a thunderbolt, almost one shot at my shit. And I'm like, what?
There's
what
one
is this?
tower where there's like a whole bunch of the electrical wizard guys, and then there's also like electric lizard guys that are like swimming in the water. So I had to find a way to deal with that. Like, that was a big issue. That tower was pretty tough to get to. There's like getting to towers in this game, unlike other games like Far Cry or Assassin's Creed, where it's basically like a really basic thing of platforming to get to the top of a tower. Later on, when you get to certain areas, getting to a tower is a journey. It took me almost an hour to get to one tower before.
You talk about towers. You ever get to that? It's one shrine that's surrounded by legitimate thorns, and you have to climb a fucking mountain.
Yeah. I did that
across the street. And that shit was fucking annoying.
Because it's like you have to get a good vantage point and then glide over the thorns or around them. Yeah.
And let's not talk about that girl with the flowers. Me and her got a personal vendetta. Because I tried to kill her so many times that she put her hands on me.
I still
put
have
her hands on me so many times. Oh my God. You gonna touch the flowers in the most stupid way. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't step on your flowers. And you step on the flowers like 2 more times on accident.
Did she actually like do damage to you if you keep stepping on the flowers?
If you step on the flowers 3 times, the third time she gets extremely over dramatic. She runs in the circle, picking up speed like she was a bull, blatantly running on her own flowers. Then she just stops and it's like, I'll teach you to not run on these flowers. And then she just bodies the fuck out of you, and you just hear Link in the background. Ah! And you wake up and you're on the ground and shit. She just sitting there talking about, step on the flowers again. What's up?
See, that never happened to me because I knew how to not step on her flowers. So that's cool. I didn't know she did damage.
I stepped on them flowers. I was shooting fire arrows on them flowers. I did not give a fuck. Fuck your flowers. Yeah, she put her hands on me quite a few times. Quite a few.
Everyone else is going on with the game. Rob's sitting there fucking with this lady's flowers for like 6 hours.
Bro, you don't understand. It took me 2 days to get through the flowers, bro.
2 days.
I would get to like the you know, like right before the part of the shrine you can step on. There's one lonely flower in the middle where you can't walk through. So I go up to that one part, and I guess I stepped on the corner of a flower. She's just like, oh no. Didn't I tell you? And I'm like, motherfucker. And it's not even like I could understand if you just continued where you go, and like after the third time it reset. They reset you every time you step on those flowers. Every fucking time. And I'm like, are we serious here? I'm about to get an ulcer. Because this is just annoying as hell. I hate, to this day, I go to that spot sometimes to try to kill her. And then you whip out your sword.
Yeah.
She'll just say, what are you doing? I'm trying to kill you, bitch, because I hate you.
Yo, one thing that I was listening to a whole bunch of people talking about Breath of the Wild, and they were talking about how like this game has basically perfected the open world in a way. How it's literally like, you know how some games where it's like it's open, but there's still like the checklist of like the objectives and stuff.
Yeah, there's limitations.
This is literally
still.
just go.
Well, this is more so what like real life would be like. It's like, well, where am I gonna go first? Let me decide. Rather than, and there's things along the way that'll kind of sway you to go maybe this way or that way, but in the end it's ultimately your decision, which is really interesting because like you said, every Let's Play you'll see will be different.
Everything's different.
Like
I'm still seeing
Ocarina of Time back in the day,
crazy.
You would, most Let's Plays would be the same, like, oh, I gotta go to the water temple and then next I gotta go here or there. Like it's kind of like a pattern, but now the pattern of the game is broken and it's really just creative freedom.
I also one thing that they did with this that's different from, like, the main thing that's different from other Zeldas is there's no key items in this game, which is interesting because I wouldn't mind having a hook shot I would love to have some type of grappling hook thing in this game, but that would make it a little bit too easy, I guess, for the climbing. But like, there's no designated bow and arrow that you get. There's no designated. I haven't found a master shield yet, but I found the sword. But I don't. There's no other key items that you get. You just basically find stuff. But because of the like, people have different items at different times, and everyone's arsenal is going to be different always. They pretty much set up the game to where you can beat the main dungeons and the main bosses with whatever you have on you. Because the first main boss I fought in the desert when I was in the camel, it took me probably a total of an hour and some change to fight that thing, because I was not properly armed, and like, I only had 3 hearts. I only had 3 or 4 hearts, and I had to, like, I died with 1 hit basically. So I had to basically perfect this boss. I had to take a break the first time because I kept dying, and I had to try again the next day, but I got him.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was fighting him, and I was like, this would be a lot easier if I had like some more arrows, and if I had no arrows on me, or if I had like a stronger hitting one-handed weapon, because all I had on me was basically 2-handed weapons. So I had to fight this guy without basically blocking him. So I had to Dark Souls it, really. So
I was just about
I had to Dark
That's
Souls it. So I was like, this would be a lot easier if I had a better arsenal, but I was still able to complete that boss and that whole area with what I had. So I was like, that's cool how they designed it that way, because usually with most Zelda games you need a specific item or you can't do this, but I was able to do that with what I had.
Like in the old Zelda games, you would need what they gave you in that dungeon. Like, I got the boomerang. I'm gonna have to use this to fight the boss, obviously. Yeah. But in this game, it's just like, oh, you only got those skeleton arms? Well, good luck. Because that's all you're going to get to use, are those damn skeleton arms to kill that boss.
Also, the remote bombs, too, they also double as, like, what I would have if I didn't have arrows. Because I was fighting one boss where I clearly it would have been a lot easier if I had arrows, but I just had my remote bombs, so I used those instead. And it worked. Took a little bit more time, but it worked.
Those remote bombs are nice, too, because it's unlimited. Yeah. You just got to wait for that recharge.
Yeah, but that camera be kind of struggling sometimes with the speed.
Yeah, how many times I killed myself with those remote bombs too?
Because you clicked the wrong button.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's so many close. The range on it's
I don't even know what's what. I'll be like zooming in on my camera all the time and like clicking shit, scaring myself. Nothing scarier than zooming in on your camera when you're being chased by some lizard men.
That's my lord!
What?
Some of these shrines, bro. Like some of these shrines.
The shrines are pretty good. Like I've ran into a couple where I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'll come back. But for the most part, they're all pretty solid puzzles, like standalone puzzles.
Did you get to the one I was telling you about? Vanish and Venera?
You said 2 different, they're like sister shrines? I have not. I don't know where those are.
Those 2. But it's when you get to them, make sure you tell me, because I want to see how you go about this.
Yeah, all the shrines I've been into, they're all pretty well made puzzles. Like although there's one in the upper northwest side of the map that's in a labyrinth, and basically getting to the shrine itself is the puzzle. So like once you get into the shrine, all you got to do is just talk to the thing and get your
Oh, that's cool.
But it's a whole ordeal getting to it, so that's what it is.
That's what I really like about this game, is because in the other one, once you did the 8 dungeons or however many there was, you were done. There was no more puzzles in the game, really. This game, just the whole world is like a puzzle. Like, there's those little leaf guys that have the seeds for the guys'
I don't
maracas.
know who are you supposed to give those to?
The dude right before you pass the Kakariko Bridge and you go up
the one really big Korok.
Yeah, you give them to him, and he increases your inventory space. You get to choose.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy, because he sent me into a fucking gang rape.
What?
Yeah.
Well, when he tells you, he tells you to go get his maracas, and what happened was, I thought I'd be able to take him. I'm like, nah, Rob, you got this. These niggas ain't shit. Turns out, they just gonna use mob action and fuck.
Were you fighting the ninjas?
No, it was some goblins. It was just 97 of them, and they all just smacked you at the same time. I feel like I was playing For Honor and I was playing Elimination, and then my whole team died. It was just like, yeah, fuck that 1v1 shit. Just run up in this shit and push them. Just push them.
Well, that's how I killed those guys. I had the goddamn leaf and I blew them all off the cliff.
To freaking go and talk to that Korok thing because he's just still standing there. I have not talked to him.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Hey, did you find a sailboat yet?
I have found multiple sailboats. I haven't actually used them the right way though because
Are you supposed to use the leaf? Because that's how I've been doing it. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to. Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool.
I need to. I'm probably gonna need to find some soon because I'm in some areas where there's an island that I have to get to, and I clearly can't paraglide all the way, so I need to find a boat and just push my way over.
Oh, see, so
what stamina you get?
I took a boat and I took it to an island, and there was like 2 treasure chests there, and I was super excited. I was like, shit, and I opened one up, and there was a 300-piece ruby in there. Then I opened up the other one, and there was another 300-piece ruby. And then I turned around, and there was this giant dude with like an axe, and he fucking murdered
was it
me.
Was it like a big pig type thing or no?
I don't even remember. I didn't get to see it. I saw the axe towards my face, and that was it.
Homeboy said, "You taking me monies? Is you taking me monies?"
That was the scariest moment of my life. I swear to God.
I like how one thing I will say about as far as the story goes with this game, the whole Link coming back 100 years after everything happened and having to basically regain his memories and like piece together what happened and end up getting all of his. It's basically up to the player to get the context that they want, because if you go to the divine beast areas, you'll get the plot for those champions in those areas, which is no issue. But if you want to get the main story with Link and Zelda's story, then you have to go around and find those memories on that camera that you were given. And
which is really cool.
I think I found like 8 out of 12 of them. There's a couple where I'm like, I kind of know where that would be, but I need to find a good vantage point. There's actually a guy that you'll see if you help him in the Kakariko village. He'll pop up at some of the stables, and he'll actually like know where each of those memories are at, and he'll like tell you the general area, and he'll point you in the right direction. So then it like kind of helps you that way.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, it kind of reminds me of Dark Souls. Like the story is up for you to interpret in a sense, unless you actually go out there and find.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all those memories. Yourself. I want to know what's going on. I really like the relationship Link and Zelda have in this game.
I haven't even ran into Zelda yet.
Like you're not going to until you go to Hyrule Castle, probably.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about the game, which I think is pretty cool. Is so Link, spoiler alert, obviously lost the battle.
Oh yeah, they all died. Everyone got fucked up.
Everybody died, which I thought was really interesting because that's the first time that's happened in a Zelda game. It's always, oh hey, good morning, blah blah blah, whatever.
And
you wake up
and kill Ganon.
You go on an adventure and you kill Ganon,
and now you're back.
Ganon kills you, yeah.
Ganon was fed up, so he was sick of your shit.
He's like, I'm sick of losing every
You ain't gonna keep throwing that bitch ass boomerang and that bomb at me, fam.
You ain't gonna use that fishing
pole.
Happen. So I don't know. It's just really interesting.
Yeah, I like how it's a
cool take on Zelda. It's a lot more sad of a story.
It's a more intense story than other Zeldas that I've played, and I really like that. Also, the characters, everyone that I'm running into that are based around the plot, like they're all good characters. Like as far as the champions go, the people that Link was with the first time through 100 years ago, they're all dead, of course. But the descendants, of those people, they're all really cool characters. Like getting to know them, and then also getting to know also the villagers in all these areas too. Like I've never wanted to talk to NPCs so much. Like every NPC has their own thing that they're doing and has their own life. Like how at night, if you go to a store, that store is closed because it's like 2 a.m. No one's up, everyone's asleep. But then if you go like early in the morning, then they'll just be opening up shop and they'll be like, "Oh, you're here early." So that's really cool. I like that.
Oh, you're talking about nobody remembers that shit. There's a guy in the Zora place who's the weaponsmith. He who blatantly remembers you like he was born 100 years ago yesterday or some shit. And the first quote he goes is, "You're the one that stole Lady Milfa." 100 years ago. I'm like, bro, you old as shit. You old as shit. Like, I literally just talked to that guy, and he was still pretty pissed off.
There was this one character.
He was pretty pissed off.
See, I strive to be that level of salty when I get older. Be like, hey, like, 80 years ago, you stole my shit, bitch.
that's some true petty shit right there. Like, yeah, bro.
It's cool how
this shit happened 100 years ago, but that was yesterday for me, fam.
It's cool how like certain characters, they fill in the context of the time skip. Like, there's this one guy in some village or some place where there's like the story of the champion of Zelda and her people, but everyone knows about Link being the champion and the hero and stuff. So you're talking to this guy, and he's like, oh yeah, so my grandpa told me about this story of how the hero used to do this and such, and then Link's like, yeah, that's me, I'm that guy. And then the guy's like, you can't be, that was 100 years ago, no, but the champion did do this. And then Link's just like, I never did that in my life. No, your grandpa lied to you. It's like, oh.
It's like, hey, sorry to burst your bubble, but your grandpa's a liar.
You calling my grandpa a liar, sir?
I may be the hero of the time, but I'm an asshole.
Mm-hmm. But what else? What else is there? All the enemies are good. Although most of them that I'm seeing are palette swaps, but they're stronger depending on the location. But like the enemies in each specific area are still good enemies. Like, I'm not getting like bored of seeing bokoblins and moblins all over the fucking place, and lizardos.
I'm getting tired of seeing them things that pop out the ground. That's some bitch ass motherfuckers, bro.
Has the one with the treasure chest on his head got you yet?
Nah, but I remember the first time I seen one of them, he caught me in my forehead.
Wait until you run into the Yiga clan.
It's like,
wait until you run into the Yiga clan.
The who?
The Yiga clan.
So, yeah, I haven't heard about that either.
Well, you wait. You got to go to the desert first, and then once you fight the Yiga clan, they'll just keep popping up all the time, and they'll just be around, and then you're just like, okay, gotta fight more.
I guess I'm not gonna do that then.
Like, it's imperative that you do for the desert part of the plot.
Yiga?
They're basically ninjas. Like, you have to infiltrate their stronghold all stealth like, especially when I did it, because I had no arrows, so I couldn't do anything properly, so I had to be super stealthy. But basically, once you kill their boss, there'll be people out in the field, like when you're walking around, and they'll just be like chilling, or they'll call you over to talk to them, and then you'll be like, hey, what's up? And they'll be like, can you help me? And they're like, oh, help you with what? To your death. And then they'll just turn into a ninja, and then you gotta fight this big ass dude with a sword, and it's like, okay. And they're strong too, like they'll one shot you. Like, it's crazy.
That sounds kind of
cool. It's pretty cool,
though.
but they just keep fucking popping up all over the place, and I'm just like, Jesus, so it's minding my own business.
I'm tired of getting one shot at that.
How many hearts do you have? 3? Still?
Yeah. I got 4.
Oh yeah,
I've been upgrading my hearts. Also, when you beat the Divine Beast dungeons, you still get a heart container, so you can at least get 4 more heart containers, I guess. But I think I have like 7 or 8 right now, and I upgraded my stamina once.
I'm not really worried about hearts.
Worried about hearts. I don't want to keep getting fucking one-shotted.
That stamina finna lead me through the day. It's to the point now where I can, if I do like paragliding or like regular, what's the word I'm looking for? Regular like swimming and shit, I can swim across the world. Call me Michael Phelps, damn near, because I can go forever.
Oh, also one thing that's cool is when you do the Divine Beast things, you get these powers that you can use like recreationally, but they do recharge, but they're really helpful powers. Like for doing the Ritos thing, the bird people, I got the power of the bird champion guy, so now I have an ability to make an upwind, so I can basically
that's convenient.
So I can basically just make a huge ass gust that can basically carry me halfway up a tower.
So it's kind of like Feror's
it's basically
like
that
stuff from back.
And then
that's
I also get, for doing the desert with the Gerudos, I got this when I do my charge attack, when I charge it up twice, like I get like a lightning ability, so it's like it just shocks any enemy within like a 10-15 foot radius of me.
Okay,
Yeah, so like
cool.
doing the story missions actually have their benefits because you get those abilities and they actually help you in combat and also traversal. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I get for helping the Zora and the Gorons. So that's cool. Also, as far as like status resistance for doing the Gerudo mission, you have to get this outfit that basically makes Link look like a girl. I'm sure you've seen the screenshot somewhere before, but that gives you heat resistance, so you don't get too hot that easily. So you can just walk through the desert when it's 111 degrees without taking damage. And then
cool.
when you're in the Rito's village, you get this. You can go to the store and buy these clothes that basically let you withstand like cold weather. So I can walk in the snowy mountains and not take like cold damage. So that is also.
So let's address the elephant in the room here right now. What the fuck does dressing like a girl have to do with walking in the desert? Because I'm
the Gerudos.
I don't see the correlation
Gerudos
here.
are the basically the desert people, but they're a race of only women. That's basically where Ganondorf came from, because he was the only man born into that race. But in the Gerudo village, you can't get in unless you're a woman. So to go into this village, you hear about there's somebody that's not a woman that's going in undercover. So you have to find that person, and then you buy the Gerudo clothing from him, and then you can go into the village freely without being kicked out. Because if you just try to walk in your regular clothes, they'll kick you out.
They're the ones that raised, or not raised, but sheltered Zelda as Sheik back in the older games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're also really
Question
fucking beautiful
2.0.
people. Like, goddamn, Gerudos are fucking beautiful.
Thanks, David.
How the fuck do they exist if it's only females? Like, how does that work? Like, that was the first thing that popped in my head. Like, what they doing over there? What they doing?
I don't know.
That one guy who be sneaking in.
Hey, nobody else has one of those. What does that do?
That's a really weird clitoris you have down there.
It's funny because like since the Gerudos don't have like a lot of men around, there's this one NPC. There's this one thing that you can go to where it's like one of them has a class in the daytime where it's basically how to talk to men. So it's like I haven't been to that class because I haven't found where it is, but I've seen like a photo set on Tumblr where it's like the teacher is like, oh, you're walking in the forest and then you run into a man and he's injured. What do? And then somebody's like,
let him dick me down.
Like one person's like, oh, I make some medicine for him on the spot and tend to his wounds. And then the teacher's like, oh, good. And then someone else is like, I pick him up and I carry him to safety. And someone else is like, good. And then then this other person's like, oh, I take him home. And then the teacher's like, that's kidnapping, you sick bitch. And I was like, that's funny. It's funny.
That is pretty funny.
But like the characters in this game are just all great. It's amazing. I'm having a good time finding all the different races and seeing how they live their lives, because everything is totally different from one place to the next. It's great.
Yeah, I've just been having a good time just exploring just everything about. I haven't ran into one complaint yet.
Except for that, that frame rate. But other than that, we don't talk about that frame rate.
I don't even have frame rate.
You play
issues.
on handheld mode or on a TV?
I do both, and neither of them have frame rate issues.
TV mode. It dips when there's a lot going on, like mainly in the wilderness. But it's not game breaking though. Like, but it just hiccups and then it like goes back to normal. Like it doesn't skip; it just slows down a little bit. But other than that, it's
like compared to other games, you wouldn't notice it.
But it's good. Like that's like the only issue with this game. Other than that, the game is perfect.
See, I played Dark Souls 2, so I probably wouldn't even notice it.
Oh my god, I hate that game. Dark Souls 2 should not be talked about in public. Like they should just erase that as a game.
Oh, dude,
it just never happened.
So with the enemies, you know how it's most of the time you'll just be seeing like the goblins, the moblins, the wizards, and the lizard people.
The Rambler, the Gambler.
Yeah, but like every once in a while you'll run into those big like random mini boss enemies in the field. Like, have you run into any of those yet? Where you'll just be walking and all of a sudden a life bar shows up and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah, that scared the hell out of me. I wasn't prepared.
What did it happen to you?
I ran.
When did it happen to you? Like, where were you at?
When it happened to me, I was on I think it was a cliff going towards the little sister
Was it a
sister
rock
shrines, and it was just this big ass
Oh,
rock, bro. And I was like, okay, that rock's pretty huge. And that motherfucker grew arms and shit. And I'm like, hold on now, fam. Hold on, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
One of those. I killed one of those.
Jesus. Mine was like a giant like ogre
Oh
thing.
yeah, I've run into a couple of those. I haven't fought one yet, but I will always be sick.
I dipped. I didn't even try.
I would
to fight
always
it. I got on my
run
boat
into them when they're sleeping. And I'd just be like, nah, I'm good.
because it was on an island somewhere on like the southeastern part of the world, and so I just got on my boat and I was like, I'm off this island. I ain't ever coming back.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I've seen like.
And then the
5
next
of them.
island I went to was the one where that dude killed me with the rupees. Go
Oh,
figure.
Have you
Those are
seen
bad
the centaur thing with the big ass sword and the bow and arrow? Oh, that thing's
What is that? What is that Rick Ross noise you're making, sir?
Oh.
I ran into it twice. Once inside of a Coliseum on the west side of the map near Hyrule Castle. It's like in a big Coliseum, and then there's like black bokoblins in there too, so they're really strong. But then the thing is just pacing in the Coliseum, and it's like, I dare you to fight me. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna fight you. So yeah, I just left. And then I saw another one
that's my type
at the
of
base of one of the snow mountains, and it was just pacing around some deer, and it was just chilling. And I was like, I'm not fighting you either. So I'm not trying to get one-shotted by those things. I'm just not dealing with them right now.
I feel like that's a smart.
I also
idea.
found the sand gator in the desert, so that was pretty spooky. Because I was just surfing around on a sand seal, and then all of a sudden something starts chasing me in the sand, and I see a life bar, and then teeth pop up and touch me, and I die. So I haven't seen it since.
Oh, just the whole picture of that is funny as hell.
Like, I was just going straight, and all of a sudden, music changed, life bar. You just see a thing rise out of the sand behind me, chasing me, and just its just tooth touches my foot, and I die. And I was like, okay.
Now that reminds me of Dark Souls too.
I haven't been back there ever since. I don't know what other big bosses there are lying around this world, but I haven't found anything else super crazy yet.
Well,
Yeah.
you know that lizard's chilling somewhere.
Yeah. This game would be really cool if they and I know it will never happen, but just imagine if it added like a creative character and you could explore
Like
with
if it
friends.
was just like some open world Legend of Zelda, like
Yeah,
original
explore with
RPG.
friends.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let
if
me tell you
once you
why
beat
that
the
would
game,
never
you
work.
unlock that. That'd be cool.
Let me tell you why that never worked. Because people like me exist. Every time I see you, I would sit on a cliff where you wouldn't see me, and I'd snipe the fuck out of you, right in your forehead. I'd steal your rupees and go about my life.
Do you have any horses registered yet?
Yeah, I got one.
I have
registered.
one,
His
but I
name's
always lose
Godzilla.
it. So it's always just somewhere on the map.
Yeah.
How does one register?
You gotta get a horse, take
I
it to
had
the
a horse.
stable.
To the stable and
It's like
yeah,
20
in
rupees.
Kakariko.
Where does one get a house?
A horse.
I'm homeless. No, I had a horse, but don't you gotta have like?
No,
actual
you gotta
house?
just
Nah,
you
you just
can
bring it to
find
the
any
stable.
stable. It's
Yeah.
like they'll just be they're scattered around the map. They're basically inns.
There's one right before the bridge to Kakariko.
See, that's that bullshit. I found one that's on the random part of the
And
map.
then you know
where
how you whistle, Rob, and you like your guy whistles. If the horse is within the area around you and you whistle, he'll come to you.
Oh, that's not that.
I have
bad.
like 2 horses registered, but I hate how when you fast travel, they just stay where they are, and now it's like, okay, now I don't have a horse, so now I'm just walking around again until I find another random ass horse.
I don't even use my bitch ass horse. It's always getting stuck on rocks and like
I'm mainly on
like
foot,
I'm gonna
to be
climb up
honest.
high and
Yeah,
paraglide.
I'm mainly on foot.
Yeah.
Unless
think
I
it's more
find a
fun on
horse
foot
and
as-
I have like a good amount of distance I need to travel, then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take this horse.
Yeah. If it's like a big open field, then I'll get a horse if I can grab one
Yeah.
at the moment.
Also, I've been seeing people riding things that aren't horses, like bears and deer and other things.
I didn't know you could do
apparently
that.
You can do that, and I'm just like, look at you guys, riding food. I just blow everything
That's
up.
so cool. You see that cute rabbit yet with
Oh,
the
the
horns?
glow in the dark one. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Apparently, there's
cool.
a bigger version of that you can ride.
Oh wow,
I haven't seen
cool.
it yet though.
Me neither.
These Zora people are such a send off. That little red guy isn't even the fucking king. Bro, this dude is fucking huge. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, this game is amazing. I really do wish I could see how many hours I've logged in this game. It's probably over 20, maybe over 20, less than 30 probably by now. Maybe more than 30, to be honest.
Shit. You tripping. Tripping.
It's the only game I'm
I've
playing
played
at
a
this
lot.
moment in time, and I'm gonna keep playing it for a while because I just want to get as much stuff as possible out of this game before it's done.
See, me and Rob have still been playing For Honor and shit.
I've been playing For Honor. I
My
gotta play
PlayStation-
2K. I got to get at least 3 games of League
My
in a day.
PlayStation turned off somehow. Like I think I unplugged it by accident somehow, but I haven't plugged it back in, so now it's just off.
I ain't turned that piece of shit on in so long. For so long.
How much of the map have you exposed already?
I have exposed almost nothing. I have one area
Only one?
exposed.
Hey, I'm right
Oh,
there
yeah.
with you, bro. I'm right there.
I
with
just
I'm
finished
just
my map
exploring
today.
shit.
Like I just finished the whole area.
you. What? Huh?
I found all the towers in the game so far.
Hey, you need to go outside.
I do,
though.
and I bring my Switch with me. That's exactly why I've been doing so much.
See, now that's... Yep, you gotta
I
say.
couldn't do that shit. Motherfuckers at my job criticize the hell out of me. Rob, what the
But yeah,
fuck?
I've found all the towers, but that doesn't mean I found everything. Like I still have. The areas are so big that there's still so much to see inside of each individual area in itself.
Yeah.
So I still have to keep exploring and finding more stuff. So there's so many points of interest, and I don't know what else there is to see in this game, and there's so many hours. I need to play other games. I'm missing so much. Nier Automata came
Yeah, I
out
feel like,
Tuesday. I'm missing that.
You're talking about that. Mass Effect comes out next week, and that's gonna take up my life.
So much.
My
So
life.
many games, not enough time.
It's a good year for
Yeah.
games. It
We're
really
only
is.
3 months in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so disappointed because Mass Effect's not gonna win Game of the Year until I play Mass Effect. Then I'm gonna say it's
Breath of the
gonna
Wild
get
is
Mass
gonna
Effect.
win.
No,
Game of the Year
there's
for
still
sure.
I don't
some
know.
other stuff coming out. There's still
I don't know.
Mark,
It's gonna get
word.
close. It's gonna be
David.
very close this year.
Mark
Look
my
at Super
words.
Mario Odyssey still hasn't came out yet.
I'm gonna
That has
come
me
back to
concerned.
this. Put it in a
So
video
good.
after the game of the and be like, look at David. Really awkward.
This man gonna bookmark that one part of the conversation.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it did win
310,
Game of the Year.
2017.
Honestly.
Hey, you remember 9 months ago, David? On March 10th and 9th, since it's past midnight now, you remember that?
Yeah, man.
The time was exactly 12:01.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. It's
12,
been getting
exactly 12:01.
10s and mid-9s and 10s across the board. And
Exactly.
I know IGN didn't give it a 10.
They gave it like a 9.
IGN said
something,
too much water. Too much
Oh,
water.
okay.
Way too much water. They had one area dedicated to water. Too much. Too much.
Too much walking, if anything, they would say. Too much walking.
I give it a strong 8.5.
I give it the 9.
8.5.
I give it the 9, 9.5.
I would gave it to 9, but my other part of my 5 broke because I was using it too much. So
Yeah, that's pretty much our Zelda talk.
Yeah, I recommend that everyone, if you haven't played it and you don't own a Switch, it's a damn shame. Sorry.
I don't know how good I don't know
I
how
mean,
good
it
the Wii
comes
U
out on
version
Wii
is
U.
in comparison. I think it's pretty. I think it holds up, but like play the better version.
Play the better
Yeah.
version. Don't play the lackluster version. Why do you even have a Wii U? I think that's the real question here.
say that like you didn't buy one.
You right.
Hey, I traded
Right.
mine as soon as they announced that Switch release date, so
I gave mine away.
that works too.
My gamepad broke.
But yeah, man. So that's our Zelda
You were probably
discussion.
fine with it too.
Nick, I know you have things that people can find you at. Plug yourself real quick.
For sure. If you guys want to come check out my channel down yonder, you can come over to youtube.com/user/Avennged1. That's capital A, lowercase V, E, N, N, capital G, lowercase E, D, 1.
Whoa.
If you didn't hear that, it don't matter.
Oh my god.
Whoa. But yeah, and Rob ain't got
guess
nothing. He's just here. Good stuff, Rob.
Actually, I have a YouTube. I just
Oh,
don't
well,
use
then
it.
there's
And
no
Rob
you can-
also has got a Twitter.
Yeah, you can hit me up on
Hit
Twitter
him up on
though
the Twitter.
at wickedwood1624.
Wicked Woods.
If you send me a message, I'll look at it. I'm gonna respond to that shit. I'm gonna look at that bitch. So I got you.
Yeah.
If you guys have anything you want to add, be sure to comment down below because I respond to comments. I think Nick also responds to comments.
Every damn comment.
Look
I
at
haven't
that
missed
shit.
a comment.
Yeah, and be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this if you enjoyed this conversation. And if you're on Nick's side and you're listening to this on his channel, be sure to come over to the cool side and subscribe and like over here. And yeah, more videos.
And dislike his
Don't do
video.
Report every video on the channel one by one.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.